You're back with Daniel Hayes and Andrew Blackmer on Insight, a dynamic current offering brought to you by Octet Solutions and Blissful Blessings Events. We were just talking about the influence that media has on our perceptions, specifically entertainment media. And Andrew, you had just mentioned a little bit about Kim Kardashian.
Yeah.
Well, you know, this whole phenomena of reality TV has really exploded over the years.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
There's probably, what, fourfold, maybe fivefold in the number over the last maybe 5 to 10 years, the number of reality TV shows?
Absolutely. I mean, I haven't done the numbers, but, you know, possibly even more. I see such an abundance of them, and they gain a great deal of popularity. I remember in college I used to write a couple essays on the appearance of reality TV shows, but it was within the paradigm of communication media. Communication was my major in school, and a lot of it was the economic purpose. I mean,
right.
You create a reality TV show, you don't have to add special effects, you don't have to pay superstar actors a high salary, you don't have to hire script writers. It's just a real cheap, quick, dirty, easy way to put on a show.
Blair Witch Project of TV, right?
Yes, yes. But what we're seeing now, after years of, you know, the presence of the reality shows is really an effect on the mentality of society. I remember artists saying once that there was a time when fame was the byproduct of talent, whereas now fame is the objective of the individual. And she went on to say that if fame is your objective, then you're going to be willing to do a great deal of things that may compromise your morals and integrity
or your
to
health.
Achieve it. And your health.
Yeah.
Just like Kim Kardashian, right? I mean, I remember hearing her talk about how she went through with this wedding to Chris Humphries for, you know, the purpose of not disappointing her adoring fans, I guess. You know? I mean, what kind of message does that send? That you're just going to ruin your life, ruin other people's lives? I don't know if it ruined your life, but, I mean, that's silly. Marriage is kind of a big deal, isn't it?
You have to go in there with a responsible attitude, you know?
Right.
And make sure that, you know, you don't take it cavalier. You know, make a quick decision.
Right.
I think another byproduct of that is people assume that you can just pretty much be famous for being famous. You know, that the world is measured by Facebook friends and Twitter followers and YouTube views, right?
Yeah.
You know, what kind of music video can you make on your own and get 400 million views, right?
With the advent of things like social media and these YouTube-esque sites, everybody has the opportunity to record themselves and put it out for the world to see.
Right.
And that makes mini stars out of everyone, or?
And it's given the, I mean, part of it is, some of it's good. I mean, you know, you and I are here with this program in large part because of advances in technology and the internet, right? Which is good for us. It's good for, hopefully, for the viewers.
That's what our hope is.
Yeah. But for a lot of people, what it's done is they've been able to record themselves doing crazy and outrageous things, which, you know, who cares? But it's creating, they are making it look like that's just their everyday life. You know, and that's where I think it gets unhealthy, where people think, oh my goodness, this person has an everyday life where they do all kinds of crazy and outrageous things. My life is so boring. You know, I go to work and I come home and eat dinner and, you know, oh my goodness, what am I doing with my life?
If you have a job and you go to work, that's probably a good thing, so keep it up, you know?
Yeah.
Don't be Jersey Shore.
Yeah, exactly. But that's, you know, that's one of the attitudes that I think comes from it, is that, you know, basically I should have an amazing, adventurous life and do everything that, you know, is going to make me famous. Or that you can be famous for just being famous.
Right.
You know, that's the problem.
Yeah. Speaking of attitudes, another problem that you find with the influence of entertainment media is the development and perpetuation of stereotypes. You know, what it tends to do are a couple of things which are detrimental to society is, for instance, oversimplifying complex cultures and peoples. You see people on TV of, you know, minorities and such that are...
Go to a story about the Middle East, you're going to see a bunch of angry people speaking in Arabic, right? Yelling and screaming, and with signs and everything. You're not going to see a picture or a video clip of two people speaking quietly in a cafe.
Right,
you
exactly.
know, you're never going to see that.
Yeah.
But the reality is usually the latter, not the former, right? Most people aren't spending their entire lives screaming and shouting in the streets, right?
They would hurt their throats. I mean, the stock for lozenges would skyrocket.
Absolutely.
I'd certainly be an investor.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, that doesn't mean either that it's only all bad. You know, there are plenty of good things that have come, I think, from entertainment media about prejudice and things like that. You know, in a couple of days, maybe a week or two, this month is going to be the new Jackie Robinson movie, 42, and you know, obviously neither of us have seen it, but the story, I mean, Jackie Robinson, the fact that he was able to play on one of the storied franchises in the biggest city in the United States, I'm pretty sure that was a huge boost for the civil rights movement, you know, just a couple of decades later. You know, that having a black player play a sport that was predominantly or totally white and be great at it, you know, was huge for people to say, look, you know, we aren't separate and unequal. We are equal and not separate anymore if we're having somebody take the same stage in such a visible way.
Right.
You know, and I think that's a way to craft a positive message using entertainment media, that people didn't go to Dodgers games to necessarily watch Jackie Robinson, right?
Oh, that's the commercial right there. We have a TV
Perfect
in our
timing,
green room.
right?
Look
Perfect
at that.
timing.
Yeah, the 42 commercials on. Speak of the devil, you know.
But you went to see it and you got entertained. You know, and that's one positive image. It's, you know, to say that this isn't all bad. You know, that the entertainment industry, while it has many bad faces to it, is not a total black hole that people just go swallowed up by, right?
Right. Yeah, you know, that, for me personally, just makes me a little uneasy because oftentimes African Americans will typically glorify or put on a pedestal other African Americans who are successful in the entertainment industry. You know, I've seen some DVDs and you know, black stars and that sort of thing, and it's not people who have created new methods of open heart surgery. It's not people who are, you know, at the top of their game in civil engineering, or it's, you know, Michael Jordan and Oprah and Bill Cosby and, you know, P. Diddy, and that's fine what they do. You know, I'm not knocking them. It's just that in itself is a stereotype.
Oh, sure, yeah. Definitely.
Where the ultimate success of a particular race is to entertain people. You know, the singing and dancing, going back to the, you know, black faces of minstrel shows. Yeah, what my favorite rapper, Immortal Technique, said is more than racism, it's stay in your placeism.
Right.
You know, the idea that this is your lane, you can't break out of it, this is the highest you can go, and it happens to be in this particular discipline. And that certainly, I'm sure, weighs heavily on the minds of people who are not, I guess, aware of other options. Yeah,
but if it's a field that was, you know, totally dominated by someone and said, no, you're of this background, you can't do it. Right, in Jackie Robinson's case, that was the stereotype that a black player could not play ball as well as a white player. You know, that white people were entertainers for the baseball just as much as anybody else. But it's the fact that, you know, on a playing field, you know, in such a visible way, it's, you know, look, we're equal. Yeah. You know, and it being in the America's pastime too is another thing. But yeah, you're absolutely right that people stereotype all different kinds especially minorities, in pigeonholing them into this is what you should be or this is what you know.
Yeah. Breaking color barriers is always something great, because it gives people an opportunity to be integrated, and through that we learn from one another and broaden our own perceptions and break paradigms so that we're not so susceptible to the promulgation of stereotypes. But I don't know. We've got about 2 minutes left. I was going to get into Jackie Robinson and make some allusions to other famous black entertainers like Jack Johnson, who was not given a title fight until very late in his career. But
Jimi Hendrix, the best guitarist of all time, right?
Well, some may say so. My dad says Eric Clapton, but Jimmy is number 2 in his book. But Eric Clapton.
It'd be a heck of a contest, right?
That'd be a heck of a contest. I mean, I think Eric Clapton probably is better versed in jazz, blues, folk, country, rock. But I mean, can he play the guitar with his teeth? I don't think so. Jimi Hendrix was a left-handed player who restrung his guitar backwards. I mean, you haven't seen innovation like that or the expansion of the guitar before or since him. So,
yeah, absolutely.
Amazing guys, both of them.
Yeah.
But I'd love to stay here with you and chat, folks, but I think that's about all the time we have on our wonderful dynamic current offering Insight, brought to you by Octet Solutions and Blissful Blessings Events. One thing, Andrew, I wanted to mention just to some of the folks who may be viewing, if they hear this message in a timely fashion, we had a couple gentlemen who are running a tutoring program for underprivileged kids.
Magellan Tutoring, right?
Magellan Tutoring. They are having a fundraiser on April 20th, 2 to 5 p.m. at North Farlington Community Center. That's in Arlington, Virginia. So,
and this isn't just tutoring. This is tutoring for low, disadvantaged kids.
Yes.
And that's a noble cause, a great thing to do fundraising for, right?
Right.
And they'll get to meet us, right? And they'll get to meet other members of Dynamic Current. Dynamic Current
Media is in part sponsoring this event. So come down to the fundraiser. Like I said, it's at North Farlington Community Center, 3005 South Arlington Street in Arlington, Virginia. And that's about all the time we have. We'll see you next time. Daniel Hayes.
Andrew Blackmer.
Signing off.